Okay. I wanted to talk about 3-6 Mafia, Hypnotize Minds, DJ Paul, Juicy J, Lord Infamous, Gangsta Boo, Project Pat, La Chat, Frazier Boy, Lil White, T-Rock. Okay, now that I said T-Rock, people, you know, the real ones, the real 3-6 Hypnotize fans is really, we locked in with it. Chrome. Do y'all remember Chrome? Okay, let me get off that. But I want to talk about what 3-6 Mafia, DJ Paul and Juicy J meant to Southern hip hop and nationwide to the sound of music. Cause I think it's really, the history of hip hop can get lost in translation, and I think the impact of 3-6 Mafia, DJ Paul, Juicy J production, I do think to an extent people don't appreciate what they did. Now, going back to the days of the Chapter 2 World Domination, that was 1997. Going back to those times, right? Crazy in the Last Days, 1999. Project, now, let me leave that alone. Let me leave the Project Pat alone, because he on his own island in here, I feel like. But when we talk about 3-6 Mafia, there's always changes. There's always, you know, when they put their albums out, there was different feuds and things going on, and you hear certain people on certain projects. The DJ Paul, when DJ Paul introduced Frazier Boy into the mix on the Underground Volume 16, this was a turning point. Now, before then, you know, notice I said DJ Paul, you know, Underground number 16, because this was a pivotal moment, I feel like, when it comes to 3-6 Mafia as a label, introducing Frazier Boy. And this is actually my favorite. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget the head busters. When Fiend came and did the project. Hold on, I don't think I'm too loud. When Fiend came and did the project with 3-6 Mafia, they did a project called the Head Busters. DJ Paul, Juicy J, and Fiend from No Limit. Shit was hard. I just want to throw it out there. But back to what I was saying about going back to whenever number 16 dropped for the summer, Underground. This was a pivotal moment because it introduced someone into the clique, right? Like there's a core group, and from Lord Infamous, DJ Paul, Project Pat, Juicy J, it's more of a family. You know, you got the mainstay characters. I think introducing Frazier Boy was one of the dopest things they could do at the time, because if anybody has listened to Gone on That Bay, Frazier Boy, The Project, man, ridiculous. One of my favorite Hypnotize Minds albums is, to this day, it still is, Gone on That Bay by Frazier Boy. And Frazier Boy brought along with him Lil White. I can't remember exactly who was first, but from what I can remember, I got that Gone on That Bay. I bought that project, and then I think before that maybe I bought the Lil White project. And this was a time when Chrome came around, his album, it was but the production at this time that 3-6 was putting out, it was some of the best production that I feel that they did do. Now, early on, 3-6 Mafia and their production, it was bounce. Not bounce New Orleans, but it was just 808, snare, hi-hat, most of the times a sample behind that. DJ scratches, a lot of DJ influence. DJ Paul, Juicy J, definitely heavily, you know, when it comes to them clubs, tear the club up. It was definitely an era where the DJ and the club essence was highly prevalent. But whenever they introduced Fraser Boy, that project was crazy, man. Now, at the same time, they had the Ladies Incorporated, Gangsta Boo, LeChat. I actually, in the prime, I wish they could have actually had a full project with them two ladies. But I will say, the project LeChat did with, it had like a red, like a crimson cover, like bricks behind her. I forget, was it Dramatized? I think it was Dramatized, or it was the other one. She had two ones that was cool, but one of them, man, fire. Like LeChat, what she brought, what Gangsta Boo brought. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. You know, on the way she went, man, it's sad to see that. But back to, as far as you talk about just the influence of them. If you listen to producers, like listen to producers of today, ask Metro Boomin what DJ Paul and Juicy J meant to him. Ask London on the Track. Ask Weezy Out of Here. Ask all these guys, all of these southern producers. Ask Lex Luger. Ask you can go to different genres. Ask Lil Jon. You can go to different eras. In every era after 3 6 Mafia will tell you that there was some influence that they got from 3 6 Mafia. It's a very, that means a lot. Your peers, the people that come after you. You will not hear David Banner. He's a dope producer in his own right. He will tell you, all of these people will tell you. You ask Big Crit in an interview, he will tell you. You ask Pimp C. Pimp C actually, you know, the bond that Project Pat, DJ Paul, Juicy J, Pimp C, you could tell there was that musical bond and there was that musical fusion from Pimp C being included on 3 6 projects, sipping on scissor, all of that, from Project Pat, whenever Pimp C, when he had his solo project, I know you strap, type in Pimp C, I know you strap, and you gonna hear Project Pat on that hook. I know you strap, but you cowards wanna play hard, but knowing that you don't wanna catch a murder charge, but niggas, like you gonna hear these samples from the collaborations, from when you look at what Hypnotized Cash Money, the epicness of that song. Cash Money, Hypnotized Cash Money, where them boys was just back to back, just Killer G's head. I was fucking up a nigga cheese, man. Shut about let that bitch die. Now let's ride, player. Like when that video hit, it was crazy. Like that was crazy. That was insane. My lid was flipped when I initially heard that song. And the collaborations that they've done after that, like I know Juicy J, he's worked with, I think he got a whole project with him and Lex Luger where they produced all the beats together. That's what I'm saying about peers. It's like almost a handing of the torch that went on with 3 6 Mafia when you really look at hip-hop, southern hip-hop culture, and I really just came to shed that light today. I kind of wish I had enough patience to sit here and go through these songs and go from the Project Pat, Getty Green, what that Getty Green meant, what that Fraser Boy going on that Bay meant, what all of these projects meant. The Hypnotized Camp Posse, the one with the blue cover with the chain on it, crazy. When the Smoke Clears, the song with they had a song with Insane Clown Posse on that project. That was 2000. I stab you with an umbrella and then opiate. No, I stab you with an umbrella and then open it, cause I'm sick like a diseased Ethiopian. No, chill. No, that was trash. That was platinum. This is a platinum record. This was released in 2000. What I'm talking about. You see, I'm starting to sweat and shit when I really get to talking to popping my shit when it comes to this. But when the smoke clears, 66, 61, Mr. Don't Play, in which I feel like I like laying the smackdown better than Mr. Don't Play, but Project Pat had solid solo projects. You had the Country Black, Crunchy Black, and you had the Lord Infamous, in which they really were more like featuring artists, but they were mainstays on those 3-6 projects. The Choices album, you had Ludacris on that thing with one of the craziest verses on the whole. Murder She Spoke. That was the Le Chat album. I'm going down the thing. I'm going down the catalog right now. Chronicles of the Juice Man. Yeah, that was Juice Man. I think that was Juicy J. If I can remember, that was his first solo project. Probably not, but on a main level where like this album, it actually charted number 24. It got on the chart, or 17. Chronicles of the Juice Man. And he had this one song. It was a couple songs on there that just had samples. He used the David Ruffin "Statue of a Man" sample. That's another thing when you talk about these samples, how they incorporate it. You can go to the Players International with Andre 3 Stacks and Pimp C and all of that. Those type of samples, in which that song was actually, that beat was already released and already ass capped on a Project Pat album, and they flipped that shit, put Big Boy Pimp C, and that shit just took the fuck off, just a fucking hit. Shit like that, man. That song was almost 2 years old. It was a Project Pat solo. I'm talking about Players International with. I tried to test the code, this girl I'm meant to be, choosing that she wanted to be. I apologize if I break mistake you smile, but I see every girl that I see. That song, that beat that you heard, that was actually produced and released already on a Project Pat solo project. So, but back to the Chronicles of the Juice Man and the samples. When you hear Juice Man come on there and say, "Play me some Pimpin', man," you already know it's gonna be some fire. Now, next one, Laying the Smackdown, and actually, I think Laying the Smackdown, that's the one where the Players International, I think it was on. But they went through a phase. There was the Lil Whites, and I will say Lil White, Doubt Me Now, classic. At this point in time, I was smoking heavy. I was, and that got me through. That Doubt Me Now got me through. It sure did. And that boy, he's a spitter. He kind of brought him and Project Pat, I can say, gave a different take a little bit. I would say more with Frazier Boy and Lil White, because their styles were a little bit different, and especially with the Head Busters, which the Head Busters crazy. That charted at number 15, like DJ Paul, Juicy J, Fiend. No one ever thought that would happen, but this is the era, 2003, 2000 to 2003. This is what I consider the golden era of Hypnotized Minds. Is this era when Frazier Boy comes in? I really didn't. When it comes to getting into 2024, Lil White finally famous. It was alright. Choices 2 soundtrack, alright. Even Frazier Boy, Me Being Me, it was alright. So I felt like they kind of hit a peak, and then they kind of, the music, it was kind of like, I don't know. Then they came with the Most Known Unknown, in which I feel like this one, which it is certified platinum, man, this was a classic. Most Known Unknown was a classic. I don't know if y'all remember BT Uncut. They had the track, I know this ghetto ass chick break down cheese for me. If you remember, she would lay down the teeth for me. It's going down like you knew it would. We gonna keep getting this money cause it's money. That song was perfect, man. It was like it was just dope as fuck how they did that shit. And Uncut was putting songs on the map, so it it definitely, it was one of them ones. The production on Most Known Unknown is some of the best production from 3 6 Mafia, I feel like. Keep it going. They got some greatest hits. They putting out Prophet's greatest hits. The Prophet Posse came before the Prophet Posse, yeah, that's all. Like that all that shit. I feel like that's music. Like, people had that music on tape cassettes. They had that music on tape cassettes, and whenever CD, we transitioned into CDs after that. That was the 90s. We transitioned to CDs, and that same music was just digitally put on a CD. And when you got that CD and popped that CD in, you could tell that shit was not recorded in some huge studio. But I respect it. I think Frasier Boy, I definitely know Frasier Boy is not with the label anymore. He did do the album called The Key, in which I feel like the production on this was lax. I feel like the beats on it were throwaway beats that they just had. The production was definitely not it. Then you had The Last to Walk, in which Last to Walk, I think they got a Grammy off a song on that. I think this is around the time 2008. I think this is around the time, what was that movie? Hustle and Flow. I think they won a Grammy for Hustle and Flow around this time. So this is technically their peak, I guess. And from here, I hate to say it, but a lot of the music, I just didn't rock with it after that, man. I hate to say it. It's like they definitely had their run, in which you look at DJ Paul now. He just had a song with, I think, Akon, Juicy J, doing projects with Wiz Khalifa and things. So really, if you go to 3 6 Mafia YouTube channel now, you still see DJ Paul and Juicy J up there, right there on the banner. So it's good to see those two, still working, still moving, even though they're not working directly together. But you talk about Project Pat, he gave his life to the Lord or whatnot, and he's still making music. You see him pop up with a song every now and then, but he's not moving how he used to. He's definitely not moving like he used to when it comes to the raw shit, robbing, jacking niggas shit he used to talk about. And I salute him for that. Project Pat, Lil White. I've seen a couple projects from Lil White in the past maybe 5 years. I've seen a couple projects from him, and I've heard some shit that I'm like, okay, with the beat, with that rolling bass, with them hi-hats and them snares and them player samples and shit. So I seen a couple things that, I was like, okay, Lil White. I think he caught a lot of backlash because he said nigga on the song at a certain point. Well, I ain't gonna get into that, but yeah, man, it's YJ. I've been up here talking for 18 minutes. I don't even think I took a breath this whole time. Hit that like button for hip hop, man. We talking Southern hip hop right now, man. The importance of 3 6 Mafia and the role that they play in Southern hip hop and putting this shit on the map, man. Salute to DJ Paul and Juicy J. When it comes to the production, you had DJ Paul and Juicy J going to grab movie scores. I'm talking bona fide movie scores, grabbing them, making them hits. 9 times out of 10, but 6 times out of 10, back in them old horror movie scores. Even there's a movie called 25th Hour with Edward Norton, and they grabbed a sample from that movie score and made it dope, epic shit, man. Gotta salute DJ Paul and Juicy J when it comes to the production. But it's YJ, man. Hit that like button for hip hop, and I'm up out of here, man. Just